And so I say, let there be light. Well, that wasn't very smooth. Well, hey there, you funky, frantic Fig Newtons. So when you think of something like a standard balisong, you probably think of something like this. A Kraken. Known for being standard, kind of normal, average, does exactly as it's expected to, and that's it. It just does the thing. You ask it to do the thing, it does the thing. Standard. Well, at least for most people, it's generally considered the golden standard of balisong clipping in the modern day. Well, I got something to show you that is anything but. Yeah. So you're probably looking at this and thinking, hey, that's not a balisong. Well, you're right. It's a case. It's what's inside that counts. So let's open it up, shall we? There's the balisong. I will say though, getting this thing out of here is a little bit tricky sometimes. Oh, there we go. This is the EOS by Flyscape. It says Flyscape right there. And I got unit number 1. The first 95 of them are serialized and I got number 1. Now, if you've never heard of this balisong before, you're probably wondering, why does it come with a cable? Well, get a load of this. Whoa, it glows. Look at that. It lights up. It's a light up balisong. Isn't that actually really cool? Now, there are some issues with this being that it's, well, you probably saw, it's kind of a, oh, let me turn the light back on. Anyways, I'm sure you can tell, not just because my hands are small, but also just generally by the blade to handle ratio, this thing is a little bit chunky. Well, you're right. We all know about the 50 and how chunky it is. Look at it compared to this. That's chunky. It's actually bigger than the 50, handle-wise at least. Blade-wise, it's actually more comparable to a Tonto Kraken. But look at the handles compared to it. They're like twice as wide. That's actually kind of funny. But it's huge, it's chunky, and talking to the maker of this, he said something along the lines of something to do with the battery making a bottleneck for how small this thing could be. Right here is the housing where the battery is. Both sides, both handles, they each light up individually. So that's cool, but the batteries could only be so small, and that's why the handles are so chunky. Yay! So with that in mind, does it flip? Well, it can flip it. It does move. It flips. That's the end of the sentence. It flips. I mean, it still does all the balisong things like handles. They both swing. It's got a whole system here with a Zen nipple and Zen pins. So it still works just like a balisong. It's just, it's not the most normal or comfortable to flip because for one, it's so chunky, but also it's super blocky. I mean, look at the handles, they're so square. They are super square. And also, just because of the way that it's shaped and the way that it's weighted, it struggles a little bit on things like fans. So, yay, it's a good proof of concept for something that would be really cool, in that it lights up. But would I consider this a good final? Probably not. So I hope that the maker keeps innovating on this idea because I think it's really cool and I would love to see a more standard size version of this. Maybe something where, say, the handles taper inwards so that it doesn't feel so thick and blocky all throughout. Or maybe see if there's a chance to get smaller batteries. Maybe. I'm sure there's a way because there's also replaceable little button batteries that exist and they're small. You can add those in and make those work too. Rechargeable is always good, but if you're trying to do something like this and make it a balisong, maybe replaceable batteries are also an idea to kind of play with. But either way, this is super cool, and I'm glad it comes with a charger because it's a funky little system where it's got little tabs, 2 little tabs that are magnetic. Oh, there it goes. It's stuck in the thing. It does this for both of them on one cable, so that's nice. That's helpful. Good. So what else comes with the case? I'm sure you see it. The little blue thing. Let's bring you out. I mean, it's cool to include it, but do you see the problem here? That's tiny. That's a T6 driver. These screws are T6, and I'm so worried that I'm going to strip them because T6 strips things so easily because there's so little material to actually grab on there. and I'm not going to actually use this thing because these things are notorious for stripping screws, so you're just gonna live in there from now on, and please, for future iterations of this thing, use T8 to T10 so there's more material to grab onto, please? Thank you? Last con for now, I don't want to be too negative because I really like this thing and I like its idea. I just think it also needs to be mentioned. Do you see in the glare right over the logo there? The blade bends. It bends very easily. It might be because it's soft steel potentially, or because it's also so thin, but you can see that's bending. That makes me a little bit worried for long-term durability. That's a bending blade. Please don't snap on me. Alright, so with that out of the way, let's move on to the iPad, shall we? Let's look at some of the specs. The EOS model showcases an anodized black exterior with a quality aluminum 7075 casing. That's good aluminum. The interior, which is necessary to the electrical functions of the trainer, is crafted from premium insulated plastic. At Flyscape, we strive to source only the highest quality materials to make sure our products feel unique. The EOS uses fiber optic cables all along the perimeter of it to make it glow like that. And for experienced or complete beginner flippers, it provides an original flipping experience for all. I would definitely say it is unique. A 4-hour battery life. Once those 4 hours are up, the party's over. But you're gonna have a good 4 hours before that's up. And of course the internet just outright dies while I'm doing this. But as of recording this right now, there's still some in stock, and if you sign up to their newsletter, you can get it for $30 off, so that's cool. And also, there's something about the shipping being free. I don't remember what the code for that is, but get on that while you can if you want one of these. So all in all, I really do like this thing, and I love the concept of it. I love the idea of this glowiness of it. I just think that also there could be some things that can be changed, which is okay, because this is the first iteration of the product. But that doesn't mean that they can't iterate more on it and improve on some things, like the blade, maybe make it less bendy somehow, and also maybe increase the size of the blade because compared to the handles it's kind of funky. But overall, I love this idea. This is a really cool idea, and I think that more people should do fun things like this. Just do cool things that aren't just trying to one-up the Kraken. Stop doing that. You're kind of driving this whole hobby into a rut. Stop it. Alright, and that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed this highlight of this highly lighted balisong. That's kind of all I got for today, and see yous all whenever. You can go now. Okay, get out of my house. Get out right now.